Bend at the knee, take the left thigh over the right thigh, press into the right foot, lift the hips up, shift them to the left a bit, and then let everything fall over to the right. Hands can come out into a T with the palms facing up this time, and then looking over at your left thigh. The right hand can gently draw the left knee in a little bit closer towards the earth. Keep a breath in. And then exhale it out. And then inhale, bring everything back to center, left leg comes high into the sky, walk the hands back up the leg. Maybe you can go a little bit farther this time, maybe fingers touch the toes. And then exhale, walk the hands down. Find yourself back in Supta Baddha Konasana. So take the soles of the feet together again. Let the knees come out to the side, and then press really hard into the outer edges of your feet, the pinky toe side of your feet. Snuggle your shoulder blades in towards one another, and then lift the hips up by pressing into the outer feet, squeezing the glutes together. Trying to get the hips as high as you can towards the ceiling. Press down through the back of your skull, press down through your shoulder blades, and lift the belly up as you inhale, and then exhale. Just getting into the glutes here. Take another breath in, and then exhale, slowly release everything down. Pull the knees into the chest with your hand on top of each knee, so one hand on each knee, and then split the knees wide apart, and then form hip circles with your own hands. So use your hands to direct your knees, just finding some lubrication in the hip joint now. Moving in opposite directions, and then as you exhale, move the feet into the other way. Pull the knees into the chest, grab underneath your knees and start to rock and roll up and down your spine. Trying to massage every single vertebra of your spine, getting all the way to the tailbone and then all the way to the bottom of your neck. And then coming to balance in boat pose, so finding a nice balance on your sit points, pulling the knees into the chest, flexing your feet a lot, and then trying to get your shins parallel to your yoga mat. Just feel what it feels like to squeeze the shoulder blades together, have this nice posture, and then test with releasing one hand, maybe the other hand, and then if right away you slump, come back, just hold on to the knees. It's better to hold the knees and keep good posture than to slump into this. And then you can take the hands to the middle if you want to release. Let everything interlace except for the pointer finger, and then bring the fingers over to the left side of your yoga mat, reaching down towards the floor. Inhale up to center, and then exhale to the right. Inhale center. We'll just do this 2 more times. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Last time. Inhale center. And then exhale right. Bring the hands back behind the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Then just drop the feet onto the earth. Take your hands back behind you with the fingers facing forward. And squeeze your shoulder blades together. Ground down into all of your fingerprints. Press into the big toes and the base of the heel, and then start to lift your hips up for a reverse tabletop. So this is a pretty intense stretch on the front of the chest and the shoulders. If it feels okay on your shoulders, you can push the hips up a little bit more. So just test that first. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the heart, and then the gaze can come up so that the head is in line with the spine. So this is strengthening through the thighs, the glutes, the core, and it's opening the chest as you press into the back. You can stay right here, or if you like, you can extend the right leg out straight so the knees are in line with each other. Getting into the left glute a little bit. The left glute's going to want to sag right down because that's easier, but can you push up so that you stay in that nice tabletop position? Inhale in. Exhale, drop the right foot down. Recenter your hips, so push both hips back up. Try and keep them in that kind of neutral line. And then extend the left leg. If you like, you don't have to. If the right hip starts to sag, push it up. Try and imagine your knees right in line with each other. Roll navel into spine. Inhale in. Exhale, drop the foot down. Slowly release yourself down. And then just cross at the ankles, shake your hands out, give your wrists a little break. How did that feel on everybody's wrists? Like, it's a hard position for your hands, so don't worry if it felt a little bit tight. Inhale the arms up nice and high. And then exhale, find a little twist. Right hand comes to left knee, left hand comes behind you. You can put a block behind you, it gives you a little bit of lift. Tap the fingers into the block, lift up through the spine, and then exhale, look over the left shoulder. Use your right hand to twist you a little bit more, if it feels okay. And then draw left shoulder blade into the spine. Inhale back to center, take the arms up nice and high. And then exhale, take the right hand back behind you, base of the spine, lift up, and then grab onto the outer right knee with the left hand. Lift through the crown of the head, take an inhale in. And then exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale both arms to center, and then exhale, find a nice forward fold. So just let the hands fall where they will, and then pull your heart forward, pull your sternum forward as you start to walk. The hands forward, getting a little stretch in the outer hips. Take a big breath into the low back. And then exhale, side out. Inhale, walk the hands over to the left. Take the right hand on top of the left hand. Interlace your right fingers into the left webbing of your left hand. And then draw both arms very straight as you pull the right hip back. Let the head fall between the biceps. You don't have to hold the neck here. Just feel that side body stretch and breathe into it. As you inhale, walk everything back to center, and then walk the hands off to the right of your yoga mat. Left hand comes on top of right. Let the head just drop. You can use the right arm to gently pull the left arm away a bit more as you draw left hip back. And then breathe into the left rib cage. Inhale in. Exhale it out. And inhale the hands center. Use your core. See if you can use your core to come up and over across the ankles and find yourself in tabletop position. And in our quadricep, we really want to, or quadruped rather, you really want to have good alignment. So you really want your knees to be underneath your hips, and you would really like your wrists to be underneath your shoulders. Look back at your feet, make sure you can't see them. If you can, walk them back in line with your knees. And grip into your fingerprints. Take the gaze forward, let's find a nice cow pose. If you like, you can lift the feet off of the mat, just getting into your hamstrings a little bit. And then exhale, press the top of the feet into the mat, curl the chin into the chest, round out through the upper back. Inhale for cow. Exhale, press the feet down. Take the tailbone between your thighs, spread your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round into yourself. Last time, inhale, come forward. And then exhale, drop the toes down. Walk the left hand forward, one hand thread. We're going to take a moving thread the needle. So we're going to take the right arm high into the sky, look up at the right thumb. And then exhale, reach it around, touch the back of your left rib cage. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach back behind you. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, reach and just hold. And see if you can turn a bit more, drawing the right elbow towards the left side of your yoga mat. Feel the stretch in the back of the right shoulder blade. And then place the right hand next to the left. Let's do it again on the left side. So walk the right hand forward, one hand print. Inhale the left arm nice and high, look up. Exhale, reach through, grab the back of your right rib cage as far back as you can. Try to touch your shoulder blade. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach and touch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach and touch. Grab, walk the fingers a bit further back behind you, and then hold as you turn the gaze up towards the sky. Really stretch behind that left shoulder blade. Good. Drop the left hand down, tuck the toes under, push up and back into a very bent knee, downward facing dog. So keep your knees as bent as you possibly can, and press your chest towards your thighs. Lift the heels of the feet up, and push the mat away with the heels of your palms, as if you're trying to squish your mat towards the front of the mirrors. Take the tailbone high into the sky. Let the gaze be right in the middle of your yoga mat so that your spine is nice and aligned. Spread your fingers. Wherever your feet are, take them wider 1 inch. Just give your pelvis some space. Wrap your triceps toward your yoga mat so that you don't hurt your shoulders. And then shrug your shoulder heads close to your ears so that you have this really long, strong line of energy in your spine.
And then keeping the knees bent, just push yourself forward into plank pose. Test your alignment and length. You shouldn't have to move your feet too much. Bend through the knees, lead with the tailbone, take yourself back in a downward facing dog. Then start to pedal out your dog, so press one heel and then the other. And then bend through the knees, crouch, and take the hips over to the right side of your yoga mat. And they're not going to touch, not going to be anywhere near touching, but the intention is to reach the hips towards the floor. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop your hips to the left side. These are side body stretches, so let them happen. Inhale, come up and over, crouch. And then exhale, up and over to the left. Good. Come back to downward facing dog. Come high on the ball of the left foot and take the right foot high into the sky. Point the toe. And then keeping everything right here, just drop the left heel down, stretch your calf out. It doesn't need to reach, but the intention is reaching the heel towards your mat. Drop the right foot down, inhale the left leg nice and high. Flex the foot this time. Come high on the ball of the left foot. And then drop the right heel down towards the earth. Keep pushing your mat away so you get that really nice stretch in the calf. And then drop the left foot down. Come forward into plank pose. Hold plank pose for a minute. And then rock back and forth on your toes, opening up through the arches. Drop the hips down a little bit more than you think. Press into the mat a lot. And then bring the knees just above the mat. Don't let them touch, just let them hover. And then exhale, push back into plank. Inhale, hover the knees 1 inch. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, drop the knees 1/2 inch. And then drop them all the way down. Bend through the elbows, lower halfway down. Chaturanga Dandasana. And then drop all the way down. Take the hands back behind you with the toenails pressing down, palms facing down, thumbs facing out. Just open up through the back a little bit. Press into the earth with your feet. Lift your knees off. And then draw your fingers towards your ankles. Take an inhale in. Exhale, drop the hands down. Tuck the toes, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Come high on the balls of the feet and then take tiny little steps all the way to the front of your mat. Bend through the knees, grab opposite elbows, and find ragdoll. So, grabbing opposite elbows, start to rotate yourself from left to right, trying to take your forearms all the way parallel to the left side of your yoga mat, and then all the way parallel to the right side of your yoga mat. You can bend the knees as you move around. Let the head hang so ears are right between the biceps. And then you have this intention of drawing the forearms closer to your mat each movement, each revolution, allowing the crown of the head to come with it. And then release, take the hands to the hip creases, bend through your knees a little bit. Use a flat back and your core to lift all the way up. Sweep the arms up and overhead. And then exhale the hands to heart center. Just pause here in mountain pose with hands at heart for a moment and just how you feel. We'll move through a couple of traditional sun salutations now. So we'll move breath paired with movement. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Use prayer pose, look up in the line. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands down, take the left foot back and then the right foot back, find plank. Drop your knees and then drop your chin and your chest at the same time. Hover here. Inhale, open up for a back bend, baby cobra, tops of the feet are down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, press the forehead down, tuck the toes, up and back, downward facing dog. You can take tiny steps or one big step to the front of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift, fingertips down or onto shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up nice and high. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Release them down to the floor, Uttanasana. Inhale, find a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, press the hands down, step a foot back, step the other foot back, find plank pose. Drop your knees, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Hold here for a moment, and then lower all the way down. Inhale for baby cobra, maybe full cobra. And then exhale, tuck the toes up and back, downward facing dog. Good. One step, tiny steps, maybe a jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Last time, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Good breathing, everybody. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, press the hands down, step, or maybe try jumping back into plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga, knees or no knees, up to you. If you have chaturanga in your practice, watch your shoulders. Inhale, open up, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths. So as you breathe in, lift your heels off the mat. Exhale, push your heels down. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, press. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, let them drop. Inhale the right leg high into the sky. Look forward. Very gently step your right hand between your right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee down onto the mat. Inhale the arms up nice and high. This is where we get into the shoulders. So we're going to leave the left arm exactly where it is. We're going to take the right arm back behind us like a windmill. Big rotations. Just explore here, be really conscious. Don't just swing the arm around. Be conscious of every single motion that your shoulder makes. Where is it clicking? Where is it tight? And can you just give it so much love and so much breath to help it open up? Change directions. Just exploring, being so kind and gentle to these things that carry the weight of the world for us. Take the right hand high, and then continue with the left hand all the way back, big circles. So imagine there's a wall, but right up next to your yoga mat, and you can't let your arm touch the wall. You're trying to keep this huge range of motion, exploring the shoulder, ball and socket joint. Change directions. Last time, inhale up. And then exhale, take the hands to surround the right foot. Draw the right hip back in space. Toes come up nice and high, half Bandhavanasana. Pull the crown of the head, the sternum forward, and then exhale, fold over that right leg. Keep drawing the toes towards the shin. Keep drawing the right hip back. And keep lengthening through your whole upper body. Breathe into the hamstrings. Inhale in. Exhale, come forward. Left hand stays down. Right hand circles up. Easy twist. Looking up at the right thumb if that feels okay. And if you like, you can reach the right hand back. You can leave it right there. You can try for a bind. The left foot comes up. Maybe you grab it. Maybe you get your strap. Wrap your strap around the ball of the foot. And gently draw left heel in towards left glute so that you open the right shoulder towards the spine. Push into the left hand, lift up out of that shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the foot, release the hands. Let's take the right leg high into the sky as you tuck left toes under, 3-leg dog. And then come forward into 3-leg plank. Lift your belly up, shoulders over wrists. And then drop the right foot. Move through your vinyasa flow, knees down or not. Maybe knees, chest, chin. And then take a big inhale for your heart opener. Open the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, tuck the toes up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath, lift the heels. Exhale, drop. Inhale, left leg comes high into the sky. Look between your hands, use your core. Flex the foot and step the foot gently between your thumbs. Drop the right knee down onto the earth. And then inhale the arms up nice and high. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Let's move through the shoulders again. Take the left hand back, big circle. And And then the right hand back, big circle, just seeing how your shoulders feel now. And then drop the hands down to surround the left foot. Drop the left hands back and pull the left hip back in space, half Manasana. Draw the toes up towards the shin. Keep pulling the crown of the head forward. And then if you like, you can take your left hand to your left hip crease and gently pull it back in space, finding a deeper stretch through the hamstring. The collarbones pull forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back forward. Right hand stays down. Left hand circles open. Easy twist. Looking up at the left thumb. And then staying right here, opening through that right hip flexor, or reaching back behind you, staying there, or trying to find a bind, either with your strap or with your own hand. If you have the foot, draw the foot with heel into right glute, not left, so that you really open the heart as you draw the left shoulder blade back. Press into the right hand a little bit more, so that you move the right shoulder away from your right ear. Take a breath in. And then exhale, slowly let the foot down. If you have it, let the hands surround the left foot. Tuck right toes under, left leg behind to the sky, 3-leg down dog. And forward into 3-leg plank. You can try a 3-leg vinyasa with the leg extended behind you, bend through the elbows, come halfway down. And then inhale, open up. Upward facing dog with the knees hovering, thighs hovering. And you can roll over the toes, try that, how it feels on your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 5 deep cleansing breaths now. Inhale, lift the heels up. And then maybe open your mouth, let the tongue hang out. Lion's breath. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale. 3 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, big breath out. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Last time, inhale, lift as high as you can. Exhale, drop the heels down. How close can they get to the mat? Good. Inhale, right leg comes high into the sky. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Find high crescent lunge. Inhale, the arms up nice and high. Sink down through that left thigh. Come high on the ball of the left foot. See if you can bring that left heel right on top of the ball of the foot with this nice straight leg. Draw the left hip under and forward, and then sink into that right thigh. Stick the hands out into a nice cactus shape. And then as you exhale, draw the right arm underneath the left arm. Give yourself a hug. Lift the elbows high into the sky. And then exhale, take right elbow to right knee. Let it touch and then press into it. Use your core. Inhale, try and bring the elbows towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop right elbow, right knee. Really use your breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, touch it to the knee. Keep holding onto your shoulders and then just press off. Can you find warrior 3 connected to your knee with the foot flexed? So in warrior 3, the toes are dialed down. So you want to drop your left hip down towards the earth a little bit. Holding onto your shoulders means it's harder to balance. So if you're really struggling with your balance, just put your hands down. Let your fingertips touch down. That will let the left leg come higher. And then what you want is this nice straight line from the crown of the head to the back of the left heel. So we're really trying to make a letter T with our body. We really need to ground down through the right big toe, the right heel, and then press up out of the earth. So we rise up out of the strength of this right quadricep. Good, everybody, take a breath in. And then exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Take the left leg high into the sky for standing split. So it's called standing split, but it's really more like a standing L. Really, it's like the leg wants to go up, but it really is more like facing the back of the room. Just keep reaching the toes towards the sky. Keep reaching the crown of the head towards the earth. Take an inhale in. And then exhale, step left foot next to right foot. Find a halfway lift, recenter your spine. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Let's wrap the fingers around the big toe. Peace fingers around the big toe. Thumbs press into your toenail. Bend through the knees and then use the elbows to pull out to the sides of your yoga mat, drawing the crown of the head down towards the earth. And then can you bring the weight forward into the balls of the feet a little bit so that your hips are over your ankles. And then can you shake the head yes and no? So the head's truly dropping down. You're traction in your own skull. No tension in your neck at all. Then can you straighten one leg and then the other, just opening the hamstrings a little bit more. And then release the grips on your toes. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold again. Step the left foot back and then the right foot back. Find plank pose. And then push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's do it on the left side now. Inhale, the left leg nice and high. Really consciously use your core. Draw chin and knee towards one another. And then flex your foot a lot. Can you use the strength of your core to step the left foot forward? High crescent lunge on the left side. So take the arms high into the sky. And then instead of right arm underneath left, we're going to take left underneath right. Then give yourself a hug. So nice and high on the ball of the right foot. Nice parallel thigh on the left side. Inhale the elbows up high into the sky. And then exhale, take left elbow to left knee. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, press knee into elbow, elbow into knee, use your core. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, let it press in. Keep it pressing in. Use the pressure of the left elbow to help bring you forward. And just let that right ankle just float up, like it has a little balloon on it. Flex the foot a lot and feel like there's a wall at the end of your yoga mat. And you can press your heel into it. And then maybe the elbow comes off of the knee. If it makes you fall in your balance, just press the hands down or keep one hand down, one hand wrapped. Whatever helps you to find your pose here. If you want to keep the hands at heart center, if that feels more balancing, you can do that. Wherever you are, point the toes down towards 6 o'clock and feel like you're pressing up through the back of the left heel. This is a balance pose, so let it feel like a balance pose, getting into all of the stabilizing muscles of that left foot. Take an inhale in, and then exhale, drop the hands down finally. Just let that right leg float up a little bit higher for standing splits. You can grab onto the back of the left ankle as you let the right toes fly up. Crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, right foot meets left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, everybody. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, right back down towards the earth. Step back, jump back, float back. Find plank pose, and just hold plank pose for a moment. Rock back and forth on the feet a little bit. And now let's take both heels to the left side of the yoga mat, toes to the right side of the yoga mat. Let them stagger. Press into the left hand, right hand comes out side plank. So if you're ever prompted to go into side plank, this is a great way to help support you as a modification. The full pose obviously is taking the right foot on top of the left, stacking your feet, and only pressing into the outer left foot. So you can try that now if you want. If it's too much on the shoulder, come back to the staggered pose. You can stay right here, maybe find tree pose, drawing the left heel in towards the left thigh, and then pressing up with that left outer hip, trying to lift the left hip away from the mat a bit more. Inhale in. Exhale, come back to plank. Let's take a little child's pose in between that. That's a hard pose. So take the knees nice and wide. Let the big toes touch. Push your hips back first. And then drop your forehead down onto the mat. With your breath a little bit shorter, a little bit shallower, your heart beating a little bit faster, can you come into your intention for your day, for your life, for the next half hour? What is it that you really want for yourself? And when we get into our shoulders and we open our shoulders, we remind ourselves that the weight of the world really isn't on our shoulders. That we are free to surrender, that we are free to flow through life. How can you open your mind to new possibilities? And we embracing the aliveness of your yoga practice and then taking that aliveness into the world. Inhale, let's come back forward. Come into your plank pose again. And just get ready. Take the heels to the right side, toes to the left. And press into the left hand, the right hand, and take the left hand high into the sky. Stay here, staggered. It's a little easier. Or, see if you can just gently take that left foot and press it on top of the right. Flex both feet a lot if you're trying that, and really grip into your right fingerprints. Lift the right hip up and away from the mat. And then can that left foot get a little lighter? Can you try and get it into tree pose? Gently pressing the heel into the calf or the inner thigh. And if you have it there, press the right hip even further away from the yoga mat. Inhale in, embrace the shake. Exhale, come back into plank pose. Drop the knees, lower halfway down, just hold halfway in chaturanga, pull the shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly in, and then lower all the way down. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale up and back, downward facing dog. And then tiny little steps to the front of the mat. This is where you're going to get your blocks and your strap. So you can place your blocks at the front of your yoga mat. And then get your strap and make a little loop at the end. So thread it through the two little rings. And then make a little loop that's just going to stay a little loop for you that looks like that. We're going to come into dancer's pose. So ground yourself at the front of your yoga mat. And then before you get your strap involved at all, just hold it in the right hand. And just see if you can just kick your left hand up into your left foot up into your left hand. If you can't do that, get your strap and use your strap. So just feeling the quadricep stretch, feeling what it feels like to align the two knees, press the left hip forward, and pull the left shoulder blade back into the spine. All right, release that down. Put your strap around the ball of the foot. And then get your hand as close to that ring as you can and come into that quadricep stretch again. So you can bend at the elbow. We're going to come into dancer's pose now. So look down at the floor at something that's not moving. Maybe there's a HQ spot in front of you, whatever you want. And then you can take the right hand to the right hip and just look down at the floor. Look down at the floor and start to hinge forward like a pendulum. As you hinge forward with the upper body, you just take the left thigh back behind you. You don't have to do anything but this for now. Feel the balance of the strength of that right foot. Maybe the right hand comes onto your block for a moment. And then try to kick the left leg away from the thigh. Really draw the left shoulder blade back again. And then maybe the right arm reaches forward, finding the fullest version of this pose. Keep kicking the foot into the strap, and pulling the strap back. It's okay if you fall out of it, just come right back. You just have to pull the foot back up in line. But this really balances focus, intention, stillness, breath, and balance. Tough pose. One of the toughest poses ever. That's why I barely teach it. Try one more moment, everybody. Lift the thigh up as high as you can. Pull the foot in. Good. And then exhale, drop it down. And just like shake your legs out a little bit. Give yourself a little pat, a little love pat. Being like, you did it. You did great. Do it all again on the right side. Whatever it looks like, it doesn't matter. The intention in balance poses is to just strengthen that standing foot so that, beautiful, so that next time you get 1 inch higher. Next time it doesn't cramp so much. Next time feel a little bit more elegant. That's the point. All right, let's do it all on the right side. So getting your strap and hooking it around your foot on the right side. And then taking the foot back behind you. Walking the fingers as close to that little ring as you can. And then ground down through all 4 corners of that left foot. So feel the base of your big toe press in, the base of your pinky toe, and all around the horseshoe of your heel. And then left hand comes to left hip. Look down at the floor, strengthen and pull energy up through that left foot as you just tilt forward. Try to find that same feeling we had in Warrior 3, where the head comes forward and the thigh comes back. The only difference is the foot is bent now. And if you're here and it feels okay, maybe you touch down on the blocks for a minute, and then maybe the left arm just floats up as you kick the foot away from the hand. Really rotating that right shoulder into the spine and then kicking the thigh up as best as you can. So it requires strength and balance on so many levels. Be kind to yourself. That's a great modification to your groove. Be good. Keep drawing the sternum towards the earth. Drop down to your blocks if you need to. Beautiful. That was really great. I saw you had that there for a good second. Take one more breath in. Play with it for another breath. See if you can really bring the head towards the mirrors. Yeah. Good, good. And then exhale, come down. And then just give yourself a round of applause. That's so hard, right? Balance is so hard, isn't it? I know. Look at your brain going, right? Well done, everybody. Let's just flush it away with a nice flow. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Exhale, fully fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, step back. Find plank pose. Drop to the knees. Drop chin and chest, come all the way down to the earth. Untuck the toes. Let's take the hands back behind us again. That's Shalambhasana or locust pose. Palms facing down, thumbs facing out. Make sure that you're not looking forward, so look down at your yoga mat. Press the hands into the earth this time and lift the feet up. Can you just balance on the pubic bone on the hip points? Really trying to lift as much of your thighs off the mat as you can. And then stay right here or come into the full version of the pose where you lift the hands up, fingertips reaching towards your toes, your ankles. Keep looking down at your yoga mat, nice straight line of energy. And then keep reaching as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, the fingers down towards the heels. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale out. Inhale, lift another inch. Exhale out. Last time, lift as high as you can, reaching as if your toes would touch your fingers. And then exhale, drop the hands down, pile one hand on top of the other, let your forehead touch. Bend through the knees and just take the knees and heels from side to side. The low back release. And then keeping the right knee bent, let the left foot come down onto the earth. Take the hands into a T shape. And then take the right hand right underneath your right shoulder. Then push yourself over onto your left side. Let the right foot drop on the floor right behind your left knee crease. Let the left ear drop down onto the earth and open through the front of your shoulders. Breath in. Leave the right hand where it is, or maybe you want to wrap it behind your low back. Find a double front of the shoulder opener. Take a breath in. And then exhale, roll back onto your belly. Bend both knees again. Switch them from side to side. Take the hands up into a T shape, and then drop the right foot down onto the earth. Take the left hand under the left shoulder, push yourself over onto your right side. Left foot steps right behind the right knee crease. And then open the thigh. Even use the left hand to open the thigh a little bit more to stretch deeper through that right shoulder. Stay here or find the double bind. It feels okay. You don't have to. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, bring everything back to center. Come up, push up into quadruped. Walk your knees in line with your hips. We'll just come into a little bit of outer glute strengthening. So extend the left leg back behind you, flex the foot alive. And then take the foot over to the left with the toes pointing forward. Really press into that left hand so you don't come over to the right hand too much. And then lift up through the outer ankle, the outer left ankle. How far away can you get your arch from the floor? And then inhale back to center. And then exhale, take it over to the right side. Just stretch back, drop the left knee down behind the right knee, and walk your hands forward as you reach the hips back. back so much that you come to sit into cow face pose, Gomukhasana. And then grab your strap. So stacking the right knee on top of the left as much as you can. And you can use your hands to oppositionally pull them apart so that you get that right knee a little bit higher on the left. And then we're going to come into Gomukhasana arms. So a great way to do it is to take the right hand up towards the right, and then bend at the elbow and then drop some of the strap down. So the strap's going to be longer on the bottom than it is on the top. And then you're going to take the left hand down, turn the thumb down towards the earth, take it way back behind you, bend through the elbow, and then start to walk the back of the hand up towards the strap. So once you've got that same bit of strap that's hanging from your thumb and your forefinger, start walking them together. And then when you have them as close as you can possibly get, draw left shoulder blade into spine, press the head into the front of your right forearm, and find the full version of this pose, Gomukhasana. If you like, you can inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then you can fold to get a little bit deeper into the lower back, the other hips. Chin can reach towards the knees. And just breathe here. Take one big breath into your low back. And then sigh it out. Slowly lift back up, use your core. Gently release the left arm first. Let it slowly come around and then drop the right hand down. Let's come back into quadruped, so come up and over your bent knees. Bring yourself back center on your mat. And let's take the right leg out to the side. So really pressing into that right hand. Don't come over into the left too much. Take the leg over to the side. Totally perpendicular to your mat. And then can you lift up more through the outer ankle? Pull the belly in. Feel the strength of that outer hip, that muscle that we very rarely use. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, take it all the way over to the left as far as you can. Drop the knee down, and then start to walk the hands forward as you push the hips back. Like a child's pose, but in Gomukhasana. Really pulling the hips back in a nice side body stretch. And then pushing yourself all the way back to sit down. You can use the hands to gently draw the knees more in line with each other. They're rarely right on top of each other, but more in line with each other. And then take your strap into your left hand. Let the longer part drop out through your thumb and forefinger. Take the arm up, the elbow up, bend at the elbow, taking it right down to the base of your neck. And then right arm comes out. Take it back behind you as far as you can. Rotate the thumb under, and then bend through the elbow. Walking up, finding the front part of that strap so that you feel the pressure from the thumb part. Finding, and then walking your hand up that part of the strap. So walking like an inchworm, each one walking towards each other. And then once you have them as close as you possibly can, lift up through the elbow, lift up through the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then if you like, exhale, you can fold forward, reaching chin towards knee. So watch how it feels in that right shoulder. My right shoulder's a bit, it's talking to me a little bit, so I'm gonna walk down my strap a little bit so they don't pull on any sensitive tendons or ligaments. And then breathe, big breath in, and big breath out. As you inhale, slowly lift up, release the grip with that bottom right hand and slowly let it come back forward. And then take your strap off to the side. You can use your core to come up and over, or just find another way back into quadruped. We'll come into one last bit of core. As you tuck the toes under, let's float our tabletop. So tucking the toes under, finding good posture here in your tabletop, gripping into the fingerprints and just hovering the knees 1 inch. So pull the navel into the spine, look between your thumbs and just find some kind of a happy place. Imagine yourself on a beautiful beach. The sun is shining, you can hear the waves crashing. All is well in your world, you feel joy. You really lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. Find yourself effortless here, just floating effortlessly. down, bring the knees nice and close to each other. Keep the toes tucked, and then walk yourself as close to your knees as you can, dropping the forehead right in front of your knees, crown of the head, as close to your knees as you can, and then taking the hands back behind you, palms facing up. If you like, you can come into hare pose, wrapping your fingers around the heel cups, and then holding onto your heels as you press the crown of the head in the mat and lift your hips off of your heels, really stretching through the mid-back, the upper back, the traps. It's a great stretch, everybody. We very rarely get stretched behind our shoulder blades, the place where we're tightest the most. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then release the hands from the grip. Start to walk them back forward. And then drop the hips to the right side, the legs to the left side, and come back to sit on your glutes. We'll lower ourselves down to the mat in low boat, so we'll come directly into low boat, balancing on the low back, the sacrum. Point the toes away, flex the feet a lot. Bring the hands forward, palms facing up. Just getting into the low transverse abs now. Reaching the fingers towards your toes. Pulling your rib cage towards your hips. Finding yourself feeling effortless here, like there's a balloon on your ankles, a balloon on your chest. Everything is easy for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower all the way down into a full body stretch. Reach the arms up and over, reach the toes down towards the mirror. Take an inhale in. And then exhale, walk everything over to the left. Arms and feet go to the left, and then right ankle crosses on top of left. Left thumb and forefinger wraps around right wrist, lifts it up and over. Finding this beautiful side body stretch as you drop down through the right shoulder blade, the right hip. And just feel the bend and the opening through the right side body like a banana. Bananasana. Take a big breath into the right rib cage like it could fan open like an accordion. And then exhale, release everything out, walk everything back to center. As you inhale, walk the arms and the legs to the right side. Take left ankle on top of right. Right hand encircles left wrist and lifts up and over, breathing into the left rib cage. Take an inhale in. Exhale it out. And inhale everything back to center. Find your block, get your block. We're going to come into our restorative bridge pose. So once you get your block, walk your heels in as close as you can to your glutes. Snuggle your shoulder blades in towards the spine. And then press into the heels. Just lift up for an easy bridge pose. See how that feels. If it feels okay on your low back, come high onto the balls of the feet. Lift up and place the block on the medium height underneath your sacrum. If you know you're super flexing and you want to try it on the highest height, you can do that. Make sure it doesn't hurt your low back. And then drop the heels down and draw your inner thighs together like you're squeezing the other blocks so that your knees don't splay out. And then the hands can either wrap in front of that block, really squeezing the shoulder blades and walking them in towards one another, or they can just rest on your hip points in a T. Wherever you are, release all of the muscles from the low back, so let your body be completely supported on that block. And this inversion, this reversal of blood flow. Gently take the block away, and then it's like you're articulating your spine down. Start to drop each vertebra from the upper back, the mid back, finally the low back, and then the tailbone drops down. Take the feet as wide as the mat again, like we did at the beginning of class, and then drop the knees in to recalibrate, neutralize the spine. Then you can winch your way can find a happy baby, drawing the hands between the inner thighs, grabbing the outer edges of the knees, pulling the knees into the armpits towards the floor. Flex the feet, feel the tailbone drawing towards the earth, and then maybe rock from side to side. If you want, you can straighten one leg and then the other. And then release, pull the knees into the chest, pull your face up to your knees, flex your feet, clench your jaw, pull your shoulders to your ears, make every single muscle in your body very tight, very flexed. Take a sip of air in. And then exhale, drop down, find Shavasana, take up space on your mat. Let your feet be far apart from one another, let your arms move far away from your body. Let your palms face up with your fingertips curling in. And then rock your head from side to side. Feel yourself softening, getting into gravity, releasing any need to grip or hold anything in your body right now. Just letting Earth Mother rise up and meet you here on your mat, support you. And if no one's going to hold you today, know that Mother Earth is holding on to you right now. Supporting you, loving you. And with a little aromatherapy for everybody. Do anything, just notice how you feel in this moment. How you feel in your body and in your mind. How you feel in your spirit. How you feel in your heart. And how can you take a mental snapshot of this feeling, hold it in your energetic body, and come back to this feeling anytime you like, reminding yourself of this deep feeling of relaxation, of bliss, of aliveness, presence, of groundedness. This is your birthright, to feel like this more often than you do. Gently draw your knees into your chest. One last hug for yourself, this gesture of deep reverence and gratitude. And roll off to a side of your body that just feels instinctually right for you. And use your bicep to cradle your own temple, pull your knees to your chest. Fall here once again into the earth, supported, loved, held. Remind yourself why you showed up for yourself today in yoga. What are you looking for? What do you want in your life? And how can you feels right, this gesture of gratitude towards yourself, towards the practice of yoga, towards this moment in life. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may our thoughts and our words and our actions in some way contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. As always, it's such an honor to guide you through your practice today. Thank you for showing up. I see you and I hear you and I hold sacred space for you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for showing up today. I hope you all feel wonderful. You're always welcome to just ask me any questions about how practice went today, about Hatha Yoga, the answers posed, about the practice of philosophy